Join our fitness community and never miss a beat. Follow us now.
Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another strength training session with me Nitish Balal, your coach and workout partner, and today I have a dumbbell workout for legs and abs. Before we get started, make sure you have a pair of dumbbells, hand towel, water bottle and a yoga mat to get you cruising through the workout, and also make sure that you are following our Instagram handle Cult at Home, where we post a lot of information related to fitness, health, nutrition and lifestyle. Without further ado, let's get straight into the warm-up. Like I said, we are going to be doing a lower body workout, so we're going to do two simple movements. The first one is going to be a lunge. You can either do a step back lunge. Just make sure that whenever you go down, the front knee is above your heel, back knee is under your hip. Or you can do a step forward lunge as well. Stand at the back end, step forward. Again, same thing. You're going to make sure that the front knee is above your heel, back knee is under your hip. Okay, I'm going to do a step forward lunge in one set, and then I'm going to do a step backward lunge on the second set on the warm-up. Okay, let's go ahead and do a total of 20 reps. Let's begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that was our first movement. For the second movement, we'll do something called a bird dog. Get into a nice good quadruped position. Palms under your shoulders, knees under your hips. In this position, alternately extend one arm and the opposite leg. Back down, again, opposite arm and opposite leg. We'll do a total of 20 reps. So that's going to be 10 reps each side. Let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, that was our first set. And now let's go ahead and do one more set. This time I'm going to be doing the reverse lunges. Again, 20 reps each total, 10 reps each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Alright. And moving on to our bird dog now. Alright. 20 reps, 10 each side. Let's begin. 1, 2, squeeze your bum at the far end of the rep. 4, lock your knees out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that brings us to the end of our warm-up. We'll quickly get started and done with the mobility as well. And then we'll take a quick short break before we actually get started with the workout. Now, the first movement of our mobility is going to be the weighted hip shift. For that, get on your knees on the mat. The other leg is going to be pointed 90-degree outside. Make sure that this knee is slightly behind your heel. You can hold one dumbbell in the front if you don't want. You can do this body weight as well. It's going to still give you a very good stretch. All you're going to do is rock sideways for 30 seconds. All right, let's go. Opens up your groin, adductors. Ow. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. Again, repeat the same thing on the opposite side. Three, 2, 1, and relax. All right, that was our first movement. We're going to do 2 more for 30 seconds each. The first one being the lower Kang squat. For that, stand with your feet as wide as your shoulders, toes pointed slightly outside. Lean over, grab your toes, hips go down, knees outside your elbows, chest facing forwards, raise your hips up. Right? Pretty simple as that. 30 seconds in total. Let's go. Hips go up, hips go down, hips go up, hips go down. Try and lock your knees when you raise your hips up. It will help you stretch your hamstring really well. And when you go down, you're actually giving a really good range of motion for your hip joint to push it all the way down and get into a deep squat position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. The next stretch is going to be what we call the downward dog calf switches, just to open up our calf muscle really well. Starting from the high plank, raise your hips up, get into a downward dog position, and in this position, alternately bend your knees for 30 seconds. Let's go. Feel your calf stretch. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right. That brings us to the end of our mobility as well. Wipe that sweat off, have some water, and then we'll go through the movements. Of today's workout. Well, technically not been keeping really well for the past few days, and I think this is my first leg workout in about 15 odd days. So just trying to make sure that I go light, be careful, and that's why I'm going to start off with some very basic movements. And I always don't let go of an opportunity where I can emphasize on the fact that You don't need to reinvent the wheel every now and then. Just stick to the basics and you'll always be sorted. So we've got two simple movements. The first one being a goblet squat, the second one being a good morning. First one is going to help us target our quads, glutes. Second one is going to help us target our hamstrings really well. In all, a complete lower body workout. Let's go through them. Just grabbing a sip of water. All right. For the goblet squat, again, we're going to stand with our feet as wide as our shoulders, toes pointed slightly outside. Hold the dumbbell like you would hold a goblet, elbows close to the dumbbell, dumbbell exactly under your chin, back straight in this position, push the knees out, hips back, go down into a squat, stand back up. Go down into a squat, stand back up. Go down into a squat, stand back up. Try about 5 reps. Make sure your hips go below your knees are in line with your toes, back is straight, and you press from the heels. Alright, that's going to be our first movement. Goblet squat, try about 5 reps, and we should be good to go. Okay, I hope everybody's tried about 5 reps of the goblet squats. On the second movement, we'll be doing something called a good morning. For this, keep your feet as wide as your hips. Get the dumbbell on your shoulder, preferably place the bar on your neck. Place the dumbbell on your neck. Hold the fingers barely touching the dumbbell from the sides. You're not trying to hold it. You're just letting your fingers stay there so that the dumbbell doesn't fall down. In this position, keep your knees soft. Keep pushing your hips back until your body is parallel to the floor, and then come back up. Keep pushing your hips back. Mind you, you're actually not dropping your shoulders. You're actually pushing your hips back. The moment you can't push your hips back any longer, come back up. Don't drop your shoulders, because if you drop your shoulders, you'll end up rounding your back like that. See, I'm dropping my shoulders, my back is rounding, but the moment I push my hips back, my back becomes straight. Right? So the trick is to basically push your hips back and not drop your shoulders down. Alright. So that's your second movement. Again, go ahead and try about 5 reps. And while you do that, let me explain what the workout is. We're going to be doing 5 sets in total. We'll start a new set every 3 minutes. We'll do 15 of the goblet squats and 20 of the good mornings, and that should be good enough. A lot of reps, almost 100 good mornings and 75 goblet squats by the end of 15 minutes. And then I'll take you through a finisher Tabata, where we'll try and have some fun with some calf raises and some planks. Right, 30 seconds. Let's get started with our first set. I'm going to start my first set with a 10, then see if I can move on to the 12.5s for 2 sets, and then final 2 sets will go on and try it with the 15s. Just taking it slow and easy. Don't want to push too hard. All right, 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. For now, just focus on the movement, and as and when we proceed, I'll keep giving you pointers that you can focus on for both the goblet squat as well as your good mornings. 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, and now grab the dumbbell, place it on your neck, loose fingertip grip on the dumbbell, elbows pushed out. From there, push your hips back and get 20 reps on the good mornings. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we have about a minute before we get started with our second set. And now that you've gone through 15 reps of the squats and 20 reps on the good mornings, let's now start focusing on one aspect on each of these two movements. On the squats, I want you to focus on pressing the heel down to the floor and knees to be in line with your toes. On the good mornings, again, keep pressing the heels down on the floor and the knees should be exactly above your heels. Keep pushing your hips back and let the knees be over your heels. This is what we are going to focus on in our second set. Ten seconds, like I said, we'll try and use the 12.5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Weight on your heels. Knees in line with your toes. And keep moving. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's grab the dumbbell. Loose fingertip grip on the dumbbell and focus on pushing your hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Weight on your heels. 5. Knees above your heels. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, about a minute rest before we start with our third set. On this set, on the squats, we'll continue doing where we keep the weight on our heels, knees in line with the toes, but we also want to focus on keeping our back straight and taking our hips below our knee level. Anybody having issues with your knees, you don't have to go below the knee level, but if you can, go ahead and try that. If you struggle with that, you can use a chair just to touch and come back up. On the good mornings, again, weight on your heels, push your hips back. Try and feel your hamstring getting activated on every single rep. All right? All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3. Notice how the weight is on my heel. 4. Knees in line with my toes. 5. Hips below parallel. 6. Back as straight as I can keep. 7. And keep moving. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And now time for the good mornings. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, weight on your heels. 5, knees above your heels. 6, 7, back straight. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Okay, 40 seconds of rest, 2 more sets to go. On the 4th set, let's focus on our breathing now. Every time we go down, we'll inhale, and every time we come up, we'll try and exhale. All right, same thing on the good mornings, same thing on the squat. And we'll continue following everything that we did till the 3rd set. My God, heart rate's at 181. See, I told you, you don't need to do any rocket science. Just stick to the basic movements and you should be more than good. And let's go. Set 4. 1, 2, 3. Weight on your heels. 4. Knees in line with your toes. 5. Hips below parallel. 6. Back straight. 7. Inhale while you go down. 8. Exhale while you come up. 9. Last 5. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Okay. Let's grab the dumbbell up. And time for 20 good mornings now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weight on your heels. Push your hips back. 7. Knees above your heels. 8. Inhale while you go down. 9. Exhale while you come up. 10. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right. A minute's rest. Heart rate still pretty high. On the last set, we're just going to add keeping our core tight throughout the reps that we are doing. All right, 15 seconds. Let's grab the dumbbell, get ready. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Weight on your heels. 4. Knees tracking toes. 5. Hips below knees. 6. Back straight. 7. Inhale while you go down. 8. Exhale while you come up. 9. Keep your core tight. Last 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Backs getting pumped way too much, just dropping the dumbbells. Taking a quick short break. All right, time for our good mornings now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Weight on your heels. 5. Knees above your heels. 6. Push your hips back. 7. Back straight. 8. Inhale while you go down. 9. Exhale while you come up. 10. Keep your core tight. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, take some time, catch your breath. Heart rate's pretty high. Walk up and down your mat for about 90 seconds. Catch your breath, and then we'll get started with the next part. Thirty more seconds. All right. Okay, heart rate's down. Not very much, but yeah, still at around 144. So like I said, no complicated movements, no mixing and matching a bunch of stuff to make something that is extremely flashy. We just did some goblet squats and did some good mornings, did about 100 good mornings and 75 goblet squats, put it in an interval style training, and you can see the result, right? Okay, now for the finisher, we've got Tabata, and we'll do that 2 times, okay? So here's how we are going to go about it. The first movement is going to be a plank. So We'll first start off in the first Tabata. We'll do an elbow plank. Very simple. Keep your elbows down on the floor. Elbows should be under your shoulder and body parallel to the floor. Right? Hold this for 20 seconds and then you'll take a 10-second break. And immediately following that, we'll do a single leg calf raise. So you can go close to a wall, get your ankle across the opposite, get your ankle across the opposite ankle and then go up, come back down. Go up, come back down. Go up, come back down. That would be our second interval. On the third interval, we'll come back, do the elbow plank, and on the fourth interval, we'll do the calf raise, but on the opposite leg. Every time we are going to do it for 20 seconds, rest for 10 seconds, and that will be for a total of 8 intervals, which means 4 intervals on the elbow plank, 2 intervals on the calf raises on one leg, 2 intervals of calf raises on the other leg. All right? Grab a sip of water and let's start in about a minute. Between two Tabatas, we'll try and take a minute's break because I don't want it to be way too much. We're doing static movements and I think we should be good. On the second Tabata, instead of the elbow plank, we'll hold a high plank or what we call as the palm plank. Okay, 20 seconds. Whew. 10 seconds, let's get ready. Mind you, keep breathing throughout the plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hold it, 10 seconds up. Elbows under your shoulders. Knees, ankle, shoulder and hip in one straight line. And that's 20 seconds. Alright, let's get ready for the calf raises now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Keep moving. Try and squeeze your calves at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and done. Again, getting ready for the elbow plank once again in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hold it, 10 seconds up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. All right. Moving on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite leg this time. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1 and done. Okay, halfway there. 3, 2, 1, elbow plank. Hold it. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. All right. I'm going to try and do this here only without support. All those who want support can go ahead and have that. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1. Keep going. and relax. One last interval of both. 3, 2, 1 and plank. Ten seconds up. 3, 2, 1 and relax. All right. Last 20 seconds of calf raises on the other leg, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. One more and done. All right, we'll rest for about a minute and then start with our second Tabata. 60 seconds before we start with our second Tabata. In the second Tabata, instead of the elbow plank, we'll do a high plank. Palms under your shoulders, rest all remains the same. Shoulders, hips, knees and ankles in one straight line. Keep walking up and down your mat. Twenty seconds. Again, we're just repeating the same thing. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, alternating between plank and our calf raises. 3, 2, 1 and hold. Keep your elbows locked out, bum squeezed in, shoulders, hips, knees and ankles in one straight line. 10 seconds up. Three, 2, 1 and relax. The high plank is relatively more challenging, so I'm going to try and use the support for my calf raises. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Start with the right one this time. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. One interval done, 4 more to go. 3, 2, 1 and high plank. Three, 2, 1 and relax. Okay, time for our calf raises now. Opposite leg, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Three, 2, 1 and relax. Okay, halfway there. 3, 2, 1 and plank. Halfway there. 3, 2, 1 and relax. All right. Three, 2, 1, calf raises. And done. All right, one more round on the plank and one more round on the calf raises. 3, 2, 1 and plank. Three, two, one, and relax. All right. 3, 2, 1. Last set on the calf raises. Three, two, one, and done. All right. Let's take a minute, sit down, close our eyes, catch our breath for about a minute, do some deep breathing, and then we'll get started with the stretches. And slowly open your eyes. All right. I actually, for a change, love this lower body workout. The first half was intense, surprisingly. Ideally, the finisher had to be more intense, but the first one was more intense, and the second one just gave the right stimulus for the core as well as your calves and helped me kind of get my heart rate down in a very natural manner during the second part. All right, let's get started with the stretches. We've done about 100 good mornings, so let's stretch our hamstring really well. For the hamstrings, we'll be doing the kneeling hamstring stretch. In the kneeling position, get your legs straight forward, heel down on the floor, toes pointing upwards, back knee under your hip, place your palms on each side of your front leg and hold it for 30 seconds. Look down towards your knee and feel an amazing stretch. If you don't, try and pull the toes towards yourself and you'll definitely feel a stretch in your hamstring. And while we hold this stretch, do check out our Instagram handle, Cult at Home. We post a lot of information and content related to fitness, health, nutrition and lifestyle, and it'll definitely act as the cherry on the cake if you've been following our workouts on a regular basis. And 30 seconds, let's switch. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1 and relax. The next stretch we'll do is the quad stretch. For this, in fact, let's try a new stretch for the quad stretch today. This is a stretch that a lot of soccer players use. So you want to sit down the way you would sit for a glute bridge, or basically the seated pec stretch. In this, get one leg straight forward with a slight bend in the knee. From here, in fact, let me show it with the opposite leg first, right? From here, what you want to do is raise your hips up, and I want to touch the more bent knee down to the floor by moving ahead. So I move ahead, and then I touch this knee in the front. And when I do that, I feel an amazing stretch in my quad here. raise my hip up and hold for 30 seconds. Notice how the other leg is still on the floor. It's technically not doing a lot, but if I keep it here, the stretch is only felt in the lower leg. If I move that ahead, that leg will also start acting up, which is why I'm keeping it there. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Come back until you can actually keep this entire foot on the floor. Now switch legs, get this foot back, get the other leg straight forward, slight bend in the knee, and in this position raise your hips up, move forward, push both the knees ahead, and then drop that knee down and hold for 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. The next stretch is going to be for our glutes. For this, we'll do the pigeon stretch. Come to the front end of the mat. Get one ankle in front of the opposite knee. Drop that knee down. Slide the knee as far back as you can. And drop your elbows down and hold for 30 seconds. Make sure that this knee is pointing inwards and not outwards. That's when you'll feel a great stretch in your glutes. 30 seconds each side. And now that we are holding this stretch, I would like to know from each and every one of you, which is that one movement for lower body that you would do for the rest of your life. You would never crib about doing that. 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. I think for me specifically it would be goblet squats if I had only access to dumbbells, and it would be overhead squats if I had access to a barbell. All right, 30 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, the last one, we'll do a stretch for our calves because we've done some single leg calf raises. So here's what we'll do. Grab a dumbbell, keep it right in front of you. Place your toes on the handle of the dumbbell, or in fact the ball of the foot. From there, get the other leg straight forward and stand as straight as you can. You'll feel an amazing stretch in your calf. Hold it for 30 seconds. Surprisingly, I'm not feeling that much of a stretch. I don't know why. Not yet. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, switch sides. Here I am. 30 seconds once again. Halfway there. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Well, that's it for today. We did a wonderful low body workout, goblet squats, good mornings, some plank, and followed by some calf raises. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Very much looking forward to your feedback, as well as don't forget to share your post-workout report on our Facebook community, Stronger Together with Cult Home. On that note, it's your coach Nitish Bulal signing off until I see you on the other side with another dumbbell workout.
For more such workout videos, download the cultfit app now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Cult.